People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by House Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bytech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good evening and welcome to the Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. A big SWAL girls basketball matchup tonight here on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as the Cuba City Cubans, the number 2 ranked team in Division 4, take on their SWAL rival, the Mineral Point Pointers, to decide first place in the SWAL. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dixanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Even though both schools didn't have school here today, we are ready for a big-time matchup in the SWAL tonight as, again, Cuba City taking on Mineral Point. Cuba City in first place in the SWAL with an undefeated 8-0 record. And Mineral Point in conference play, they are 7-1 on the campaign. The only loss came to Cuba City earlier in the season as Cuba City came away with the win 51-40 just a little over a month ago. In that matchup, Emily Wigman had 16 points, Ashley Rowe had 14, and Ella Vosberg with 10 for the Cubans. And for Mineral Point, they were led in scoring in that game by Ella Kroll with 12 and Jaden Schultz with 10. As I mentioned earlier, this is a battle for first place. If Mineral Point gets the win, that would force a first place tie at the top of the SWAL, and a win for Cuba City puts them 2 games ahead of both Mineral Point and Darlington heading into the second half of the SWAL season. Mineral Point has won 4 straight games, including a win on Thursday night at Iowa Grant, 66-29. In that matchup against the Panthers, Lacey Lindsay had 27 points, and Eliza Ingwell had 15. And Cuba City came away with the win at home against Fenimore on Thursday night, 69-23. Ella Vosberg with a double-double, 20 points and 12 rebounds, also scored her 1,000th point in that contest. Other contributors, Summer Rogers had 11 points and Emily Wigman with 10. And just to keep an eye on how dominant Cuba City has been over the last 2.5 seasons, Cuba City has won 39 consecutive games against SWAL opponents, including postseason play. A win tonight would be win number 40 against their rivals in the SWAL. Other games that we have on the Queen Bee Radio tonight, it's actually one other one, and it's a big matchup in boys basketball in the Six Rivers West. River Ridge is at Potosi. That game is over on X1071, and you can also watch that game on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. If we have any other updates across our area games, at least the ones that are still being played, we'll bring them to you on our Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up next on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches, talked with both Jason Derby of Cuba City and Nick Jelly of Mineral Point. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Also get you the Fuller Smilker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, shoebox scoreboard updates, and the opening tip between Cuba City and Mineral Point in SWAL girls basketball. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Hi, this is Denise Deaton-Tolzman with Queen Bee Radio, inviting you to showcase your business at our annual Home and Outdoor Show, Saturday, March 22nd from 9 to 2 at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Lancaster. We'll put you in front of potential customers that are preparing for spring and summer projects around their homes, farms, and businesses. Call me at 608-642-0523, and I'll give you more information and help you reserve your booth Saturday, March 22nd at the Queen Bee Radio Home and Outdoor Show in Lancaster.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Looking to upgrade your windows? Look no further than Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Whether it's the elegance of Hunter Douglas window treatments or the beauty of Carroll Fabrics custom draperies, Hermson's has the perfect solution for your home with top quality products and expert service. Hermson's will measure and install, taking the stress out of your project. Don't wait. Call Hermson's today to schedule your appointment and transform your windows with style and sophistication. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Pregame 1.
Back in the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mineral Point and Cuba City in a big SWAL matchup in girls basketball. We're joined by Mineral Point Pointers head coach Nick Jelly. Coach, thanks for joining us and looking at the team's body of work heading into tonight's game. An 11-5 overall record, 7-1 in conference play. The only conference blemish came against Cuba City earlier in the season. Just talk about the body of work coming off that nice win against Iowa Grant last Thursday night, a 4-game winning streak. Seems like the momentum is going in your favor. How's it look from your vantage point down the sideline?
Yeah, I think we've started to kind of figure it out. I mean, our first part of our schedule is pretty tough, and we knew that going in. I mean, all our losses have come against ranked teams, I mean, in all divisions. So we knew it was going to be tough, and we've kind of bared through a little bit here, but we've seemed to kind of find our footing here of late and starting to shoot the ball pretty well, and that's been a big key for us.
Yep, and one of the things that you mentioned is that the teams that you've lost to are ranked and are some of the best teams in the area. What do you take away from those losses, and in what areas have you seen your team improve coming off those losses?
Yeah, I think the biggest improvement, obviously we've shot a little bit better of late here. We kind of struggled coming out the gate, but defensively we've started to pick it up and we've kind of gotten back to our old ways, and we kind of got away from that a little bit early on. But now that we've kind of got our footing defensively, we've done a better job, and along with that, the offense has picked up a little bit, and that's been a big reason why our winning streak here of late.
Yep, and tonight's matchup with Cuba City, there's no getting around it. This is one of the bigger matchups, one of the biggest rivalries in Southwest Wisconsin, regardless of what sport it is. Anytime Cuba City and Mineral Point go at it, it usually means something. So, for the girls, it's probably, you don't have to find a lot of motivation for them to get up and get ready for this one. But talk about the intensity and the focus that these girls have had heading into this matchup with Cuba City.
Yeah, and I think that's been a big part of it here, especially of late. They've kind of had this one marked. We thought we let one get away at home the last time we played them. A little bit more prepared and kind of what they are. And I said, it doesn't matter what sport it is. This game is always a big game for everybody, and the girls know it and we know it, and hopefully we're prepared and ready to get one tonight.
All right, Nick Jelly with us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, getting ready for Cuba City and Mineral Point in Swell Girls Hoops. Our Russell Office's injury report. If it's not the injury bug, there's the different, illnesses, stomach bugs, things like that are going around. What's the health of the team coming into tonight's matchup?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And Iowa Grant, we had to have a couple starters. We're out with some illnesses and stuff, but we're back to pretty much full strength and going forward, looking pretty good so far.
All right, and then the matchup with Cuba City tonight. Again, they beat you on your home floor, 51-40. Again, probably a couple of possessions, things go your way, might be a different ball game. What do you take away from that previous matchup, and what does Mineral Point have to do tonight?
Yeah, I think our defense, we have to be really good. They got some really good scorers, and rebounding's always big for us. We're not exactly the biggest team, but rebounding's a big one. And I think tonight we just got to be able to hit down some open shots, and that's something we didn't do as well last time. But we get those open looks. We just got to have confident shooters, and we have had that of late here. So hopefully they continue that going forward here.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Nick Jelly, head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers. We'll have more on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont and Prairie du Chien is who to call for top quality CHI overhead doors. Enhance the curb appeal and security of your home by choosing the fine line of CHI overhead doors from Carey's. And when it comes to seamless gutters that keep your home protected from water damage, Carey's has you covered too. Visit Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com today to learn more. They'll service all the rest, and they deal in the best. Get your new CHI overhead doors at Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont and Prairie du Chien.
This is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Dubuque Mattress was voted best place to buy a mattress for many reasons, but one of them was best price. Because Dubuque Mattress is a mattress factory, we are truly factory direct. We cut out the cost of the middleman. And because of our volume, we have the most buying power. I personally guarantee that Dubuque Mattress is 10 to 40% less than any other mattress store in town. Find us on Highway 20 directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
This is Chris Ludasher, over a 38-year employee of Anderson Weber, proudly serving the tri-state area. Part of what makes us a unique dealership is our combined 730 years of experience that we bring to our customers. We are a four-generation, family-owned business with an average employee tenure of 14 years. Please come and see why we've been a staple of the tri-state area for over 70 years. Visit us next to Target or go online at AndersonWeberToyota.com. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you're ready.
Spring isn't here yet, but it will be soon, and so will many spring projects for home and business owners. Now is the perfect time to get in front of your potential customers at the Queen Bee Radio Home and Outdoor Show, Saturday, March 22nd from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Eckstein Exhibit Building at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Lancaster. Reserve your space now by contacting your Queen Bee Radio sales rep or call Jen Casper for more information at 608-349-2000. The Queen Bee Radio Home and Outdoor Show, Saturday, March 22nd in Lancaster.
Pregame 2.
The Raleigh Cheese Pre-game show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City taking on Mineral Point in tonight's Swall girls basketball matchup. We're now joined by Jason Derby, head coach of the Cuba City Cubans. Coach, thanks for joining us. And coming off a nice win against Fenimore on Thursday night, 69-23. Team's body of work to this point, 13-2 on the campaign. Talk about the team's play as of late and what's been going right for the Cuban girls in the last few games.
Yeah, I think we've done well on the defensive end, and that's where we feel we want to be really, really good is the defensive end, and I think we've done that in the last especially three conference games. So we're happy with that, and our effort, energy, focus, all those they're all fantastic. So we're fortunate there.
Yep, and sometimes to tell how good a team is to look at the losses that they've had, and you've had losses to the number 2 ranked team in Division II, Edgewood, and then a Division I team in Oregon that's usually a consistent powerhouse in that division. What do you take away from those losses, and how have the girls responded, and what areas have you seen improvement after coming off those losses?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to play good teams, and those two teams are very good teams, and we really enjoy having them on our schedule. I think those are both great games for us. And we got beat, and losing sucks, but you take something away and you find out, we weren't as good here as we thought we were, or we need to get better here. And the idea is that come end of February, start of March, you want to be the best team you can be, and you hope that just gets you one step closer to doing that.
Second half of the conference season coming around the corner. Your second matchup with Mineral Point coming up tonight, and there's no getting around it. This matchup with Mineral Point, always a key game. It's a rivalry game. Something's always on the line when these two teams go at it. Talk about this matchup with Mineral Point and the girls, the intensity and the motivation to come into this game and to come in and try and get a W.
Yeah, it's a fun matchup. Like, we've got tons of respect for that whole program. They do well year in and year out, and there's a reason they do well year in and year out. So they're all fun ones, but these are the fun ones. It's good. I think you can see it as a threat or an opportunity when you play these kind of games, and they're so fun. Like, they're so fun to play games that are against teams like this, and that's what we want to go into tonight. It's an opportunity for us. It's an opportunity for them, and you're going to see some good basketball.
Jason Derby with us on our Rally Cheese pregame show, getting ready for Cuba City Mineral Point and Swall girls basketball. Russell Office's injury report. If it's not injuries, there's usually stomach bugs or some sort of illness going around. It seems like every school's kind of gone through something or another over the last few weeks. What's the health of the team coming into tonight's matchup with the Pointers?
Yeah, I think every team has some injury stuff and some stomach stuff as you get through the season. So we're looking at it as we just want to go out and play with who we have available, and we'll do our best with what we have and go from there.
Excellent. Then the matchup with Mineral Point tonight, you got the best of them on their home floor just a little over a month ago, 51-40 in that matchup. What do you take away from that first matchup to prepare for tonight's game? What does Cuba City need to do tonight?
Well, it was a lot closer than the score showed, and the score didn't show a blowout anyway, but it was closer than the score showed. They were up at half. They had a shooting night that they probably won't have again in terms of being a bit cold from the field, so they'll be ready to play, and the hope is that we will be too.
All right, excellent. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jason Derby, head coach of the Cuba City Cubans. We'll have more on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Start the new year off right. Relaxed with some self-care. Potosa Spa is featuring Berries and Bubbly, which includes our Beyond Bliss facial with a red berries antioxidant rubber liftoff mask, as well as our signature pedicure. While soaking, enjoy a glass of sparkling rosé. Make it a spa day with Potosa Spa inside Hotel Julian Dubuque. Call now to book yours. Learn more at potosaspa.com.
I got serious about staying fit just a couple of years ago. Now 5Ks, yoga, and smart nutrition are all part of my weekly routine. Part of my eating right plan? Country Hearth Breads. Natural breads with the whole grains and natural ingredients my body needs to perform at its best. Just a slice of toasted multigrain with peanut butter before a workout, and I'm ready to roll. Country Hearth is the easy choice because it's good for me and great tasting too. Country Hearth Breads, baking our best for you.
Pregame 3.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City and Mineral Point set to square off at tonight's Swall girls basketball action. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Let's get you the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Starting off for the Mineral Point Pointers, 11-5 on the season, 7-1 in the Swall. Their starting lineup goes like this. A junior wearing number 1, Jaden Schultz. A senior wearing number 10, Lacey Lindsay. A junior wearing number 21, Maddie Cabot. A senior wearing number 22, Eliza Ingwell. And rounding out the starting lineup, a senior wearing number 24, Ella Kroll. The Pointers are coached by Nick Jelly in his second season with the program, and he is assisted by Mike Chambers and Cassidy Chambers-Rouse. No players to report for Mineral Point on the Russell office's injury report, as Coach Jelly mentioned. And for Cuba City, their Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups go like this. A 5'8 junior, number 4, Allie Ingersoll. A 5'4 senior, number 5, Emily Wigman. A 5'7 junior, wearing number 12, Ashley Rowe. A 5'10 senior, number 15, Summer Rogers. And running out the starting lineup, a 5'10 senior, number 31, Ella Vosberg. The Cubans are coached by Jason Derby, and he is assisted by Steve Graber, Aaron Kaiser, and Ellie Olson. There are 3 players who will be out for tonight's game on the Russell office's injury report for Cuba City. They include Savannah Krieger, Olivia Olson, and Dia Christ. Again, those are the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, the national anthem performed by the Cuba City Pep Band, and the opening tip between Mineral Point and Cuba City in Swall girls basketball action. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese tip-off coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Hi, I'm Jessica Paulson, your personal banking officer at Mountain City Bank in Platteville. Did you know that Mountain City Bank offers free checking to nonprofit organizations? In addition, we offer interest-bearing checking, money market, savings, and certificate of deposit accounts with competitive rates. Every nonprofit checking account includes a free debit card along with many extras. Stop by or call us at 608-348-2685 for more details or any questions. Mountain City Bank, proud to be here for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Start the new year off right. Relaxed with some self-care. Potosa Spa is featuring Berries and Bubbly, which includes our Beyond Bliss facial with a red berries antioxidant rubber lift-off mask, as well as our signature pedicure. While soaking, enjoy a glass of sparkling rosé. Make it a spa day with Potosa Spa inside Hotel Julian Dubuque. Call now to book yours. Learn more at potosaspa.com.
In Game 1.
Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, getting ready for Cuba City and Mineral Point in Swall girls basketball. Here's tonight's national anthem from Cuba City High School.
Please be considerate of those around you and support the camaraderie of sport. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hat and place your hand over your heart as the Cuba City High School Pep Band, under the direction of Mrs. Julie Clayton, plays our national anthem.
Well done by the Cuba City Pep Band right next to me on the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, performing tonight's national anthem ahead of our big-time matchup in the SWAL for girls basketball. Cuba City hosting Mineral Point on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game: the Mineral Point Pointers in their baby blue uniforms with the dark blue numbers, Pointers written across the chest in dark blue. And Cuba City in their home white uniforms, Cuba City written across the chest in gold with gold numbers and gold trim. Those are tonight's colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Our scoreboard presented by the Shoebox of Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Our first half brought to you by First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Game tonight also brought to you by Eggers Enterprises in Lendon, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping. They're not done until your expectations are exceeded. Check them out on the web or Facebook, or call 608-513-2190. In the center circle for Cuba City is number 31, Ella Vosberg. And it looks like it's Eliza Ingwell in the center circle for Mineral Point. Cuba City wins the tip, working from right to left, as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City on the high right side, dribbles out to the left wing, ball poked away, but recovered in the left corner by Ashley Rowe. Rowe dribbles to the left side of the paint, kicks out to the left corner, and now Allie Ingersoll dribbles out of the corner to the top of the arc. Ball lost momentarily in the corner, but recovered by Emily Wigman, and a travel called against Cuba City, and the Cubans turn the ball over on their first possession. 17:36 to play in the First Supply first half, still scoreless, and it will be Mineral Point basketball inbounding in front of their own bench. Walking it across the timeline is Maddie Cabot. Dribbles to the right side of the lane, scoop layup off the window and in for two. Liza Ingwell gets the party started for Mineral Point. 2-0 Pointers on top. 40 seconds gone by in the game, and right in the lane, in the middle, getting the ball to drop is number 12, Ashley Rowe. Cuba City with the answer. We're tied at 2. 50 seconds gone by in the First Supply first half, and a steal by Cuba City. Ashley Rowe coming back the other way, and a right-handed layup off the steal and score puts Cuba City on top. 4 quick points for Ashley Rowe, 4-2. Cuba City leading Mineral Point. Just over a minute gone by in the first half. Driving in lane, Eliza Ingwell kicks out. 3-pointer on the right wing. Ball bounces off the side iron, no good. The putback is good, though, for number 21, Maddie Cabot. Cuba City 4, Mineral Point 4, 16:40. Fast start for both teams as Mineral Point forces the turnover. Pointers trying to go back and transition quickly as Lindsay dribbles baseline, loses the handle, and then the ball stolen away by Emily Wigman. Wigman dribbles back, tries to put it off the window, too strong, and a scramble for the rebound under the basket. And Cuba City tries to put up a shot, but it's blocked from behind by Lacey Lindsay. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Cuba City will keep possession. 16:20 to play in the First Supply first half. Cuba City 4, Mineral Point 4. Cuba City throwing it in, baseline left side. That's number 15, Summer Rogers. Her pass gets into the left elbow to number 31, Ella Vosberg. Her shot off the window, no good, and a tie for the rebound. As it looked like I believe it was Summer Rogers that was just holding the ball behind her head, and the official calls a held ball, and the alternate possession gives it to Mineral Point. Again, 4-4 the score, 16-12 to play in the First Supply first half. As Eliza Ingwell tries to get across center court, she's met by Emily Wigman. Stops her dribble, tries to skip it in. Ball loose in the paint, and it's recovered by Summer Rogers. Cuba City with it in the left corner. Catch and shoot. 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Scramble for the rebound. Ball recovered at the top of the arc by Ashley Rowe, and another stoppage by the official. I thought a held ball was called, but it looks like it might be a foul. And it is against Cuba City. First foul of the game assessed. It'll be the first personal on Ashley Rowe. Pointers take possession. 15:43 to play in the First Supply first half. Cuba City 4, Mineral Point 4. Early going. Here from the Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as Lacey Lindsay drives in the paint. Her shot ricochets out the side of the rim. Ella Vosberg with the rebound for Cuba City. Emily Wigman crosses center court, pushes over to the right side as Allie Ingersoll looking for someone to pass to. Kicks it out to the right corner. As the player gets a screen, and it looks like it's Emily Wigman who loses the ball in the backcourt. It's going to roll into the back, and it will be kept alive by Ella Vosberg. Vosberg standing right in front of the Cubans logo at center court, right-handed dribble. Picks it up between the rings, looking for a teammate to pass to. Gives inside to Ashley Rowe. Rowe loses the handle momentarily on the right wing. Now left-handed dribble back into the paint. Runs into a double team. Kicks out into the corner. Catch and shoot. Three coming up. Ball knocked in by number 5, Emily Wigman. That's Wigman's 46th three-pointer of the season, and Cuba City now on top, 7-4. Closing in on 14 and a half minutes to play in the First Supply first half. Jaden Schultz. There's a cross-court pass to Lacey Lindsay. Lindsay stops her dribble, left side of the paint, or right side of the paint, I should say. And the ball tipped into the backcourt as a scramble for the ball. It's recovered by Ella Kroll. Kroll, right-handed dribble to the right side of the paint, dribbles into the paint, kicks out, and a three-pointer coming up from Schultz off the front of the rim, no good. Chasing down the rebound is Emily Wigman. Wigman will bring it across center court, pushes ahead to the left wing to Ashley Rowe. Rowe with the ball over her head, now dribbles to the baseline, ball lost and stolen away by Eliza Ingwell. She's averaging 2.4 steals per game, a quick steal there. Lindsay loading up for three, that one knocked down! Lacey Lindsay with the three. That is three-pointer number 34 for her on the season. And just like that, Mineral Point ties things up at 7 apiece with just over 13 and a half minutes to play in the First Supply first half as a skip pass is knocked out of bounds. Looks like it went off the kneecap of Ella Kroll on the far side of the floor. And Cuba City will inbound on the far sideline. Again, Cuba City 7, Mineral Point 7. 13 and a half minutes to play in the First Supply first half from Cuba City High School. Ashley Rowe at the top of the arc now dribbles to the right side, loses the handle, knocked out of bounds, and she was the last to touch it. And Cuba City turning the ball over once again. That is turnover number 4 for them unofficially. Our game tonight brought to you by Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix, aggregate, and excavation company serving Southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Mineral Point with a cross-court pass, catch and shoot three for Schultz. Her shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Summer Rogers. Rogers will hand out to Ashley Rowe to get it across center court. Steps her dribble at the left elbow, kicks out to the left corner. Nice inlet pass to number 31, Ella Vosberg, and her shot ricochets off the side of the rim, and 2 free throws coming up. And she got whistled on the shot. 12:57 to play in the First Supply first half. Cuba City 7, Mineral Point 7. As Ella Vosberg, averaging 15 points per game and a 45% free throw shooter, fires away her first free throw and knocks that one down. Game tonight also brought to you by Eggers Enterprises in Linden, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping. They're not done until your expectations are exceeded. Check them out on the web or Facebook or call 608-513-2190. Second free throw missed by Vosberg. Score remains 8-7. Cuba City on top. Mineral Point looking for their their second lead of the game, I should say, as the layup is off the window and in for number 24, Ella Kroll. Ella Kroll, the 4th different score for Mineral Point early on in the game, and Mineral Point back on top, 9-8, closing in on 12 and a half minutes to play in the First Supply first half. Ball on the high left side for Cuba City as Trina Redfern now in the game for the Cubans. Thinks about a three on the left wing, gives back out to the top of Vosberg. Vosberg with a rainbow inlet pass, now gets it right back, cutting towards the basket. Her shot ricochets off the side of the rim, tries to save it from going out of bounds, and I believe she threw it off a Mineral Point player, and Cuba City will keep possession. On that side of the floor, as a substitution comes in for Mineral Point, it'll be Sophie Miller checking into the game. As I didn't see who subbed out for the Pointers, but it's Cuba City ball, inbounding baseline right side. Ball works its way to the right wing to Trina Redfern. Gives back to the corner and a three-pointer put up, and the shot is no good, and I believe they're calling an offensive foul on Cuba City. Fouls on Ella Vosberg. That's the second team foul for Cuba City and her first personal. 12:10 to play in the first supply, first half, 9-8. Mineral Point leading Cuba City. Pointers in possession of the basketball on the high right side to Maddie Cabot. Ball swung over to the left wing to Lacey Lindsay, and that ball stolen away by number 5, Emily Wigman. Wigman pushes it across center court on the far side, gets it right back, catch and shoot three, right wing, ball spit back out. Vosberg with the rebound and the putback off the window and in. Ella Vosberg now with 3 points, and that puts Cuba City back in front. 10-9, 11:40 to play in the first supply, first half. Liza Ingwell, top of the arc, kicks out to the corner, catch and shoot. Three, splash down for Sophie Miller. Sophie Miller's 22nd three-pointer on the season gives Mineral Point a 2-point lead. 12-10, 11:22 to play. And as Cuba City banks it off the window and in, I believe that was number 12, Ashley Rowe. Gets her 6 points on the game. We're tied up at 12 as a loose ball at center court. Scramble for the ball. Mineral Point recovers it in the backcourt, but still trying to weave their way through traffic. Ball finds its way to the left wing. Eliza Ingwell has her shot blocked from behind. Vosberg got a piece of it, and Mineral Point will maintain possession. They will inbound baseline left side. Tonight's game brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Sophie Miller with the inbound pass, kicks it out, and a catch and shoot three on the left wing. Ball shot off the front of the rim, no good. Summer Rogers with the rebound, missing the shot was Ella Kroll. Emily Wigman gets it across the timeline right on top of center court. Ella Vosberg, left elbow, drives into the paint, runs into a triple team, finding someone to pass to, but a whistle. As they whistle up someone on Mineral Point, which one of the three players there? Looks like it's on Eliza Ingwell. That'll be her first personal, second team foul of the half. And Cuba City inbounding as Ella Vosberg off the inbound, off the window and in for two. Ella Vosberg now with 5 points on the contest. Cuba City back in front, 14-12, 10:32 to play in the first supply, first half. Maddie Cabot trying to go baseline, kicks out to the corner, catch and shoot, three for Sophie Miller. Off the side iron, no good. Rebound collected by Summer Rogers. Rogers hands out to Ashley Rowe, weaving through traffic, trying to go coast to coast. Gets tied up and a hell ball called, and it will stay with the Cubans as Cuba City will inbound baseline left side. 10:15 to play in the first supply, first half. 14-12, Cuba City on top. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, when you are ready. Inbounding for Cuba City is Emily Wigman on the baseline left side. Cuba City coming out in a box formation. And inlet pass gets into Summer Rogers, kicks back out to Ashley Rowe. Rowe, left-handed dribble to the free throw line, tries to put up a shot. Ball deflected and recovered by Mineral Point. Great block there by Mineral Point. That was Eliza Ingbo getting a piece of it. Runners back with it the other way. Jaden Schultz, ball over her head, looking for someone to pass to. Gives back out to the top. As Miller loads up for three. She splashes that one for three. Sophie Miller's second three-pointer of the game puts the Pointers back on top. 15-14. 9:42 to play in the first supply, first half. Good one here early on from Cuba City. Ashley Rowe on the right side, runs into a double team, kicks out to the corner. Another three-pointer coming up for Cuba City, overshooting the rim was Trina Redfern, and the Pointers collect the rebound. Liza Ingwell trying to get it across the timeline and weaving right through traffic. Scoop layup, no good, but a whistle. As two free throws will be coming up for Eliza Ingwell as Cuba City will be assessed their third team foul of the half. Stopping the clock with 9:21 to play in the first supply, first half. Mineral Point 15, Cuba City 14, as Allie Ingersoll, the guilty Cuban, on the foul. First free throw knocked in for Eliza Ingwell. Gives her now 3 points on the game. Ingwell averaging 6.2 points, 1.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.5 steals, and 52% from the free throw line. Well, second free throw knocked down. That gives her 4, and it's a 2-point lead, or 3-point lead for Mineral Point. 17-14, the new score with 9:21 to go in the first supply, first half. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Shiner for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Cuba City in possession of the basketball, trailing 17-14, 9:10 to go. As the ball is deflected and stolen away by Izzy Dannenberg. As the Pointers try to come back the other way, Lacey Lindsay with the ball at the free throw line. Now gives back to Jaden Schultz. Schultz going baseline, trying to put it off the window and in, but she's fouled on the way up. Shot's no good. And to the free throw line again will be the Pointers. This time it's Jaden Schultz, averaging 6.8 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal per game, 50% free throw shooter. And Schultz switches the first free throw. The foul on Cuba City was against Trina Redfern. That's her first personal. Team foul number 4 at the half. And Schultz gets ready to load up the second free throw, trying to give Mineral Point their biggest lead of the game. And that's off the front of the rim, no good. Score remains 18-14, 8:55 to play in the first supply. First half, Cuba City in possession of the basketball. On the high left wing, Allie Ingersoll dribbles to the top of the arc, skips over to the right wing to Redfern. Redfern dribbling back to the left wing, tries to skip it in. And now a pass deflected and stolen away by Ella Kroll. Pointers coming back the other way. As a shot put up off the window, no, it rolls out the front of the rim. Izzy Dannenberg missing the layup. It was very much contested, though. And Cuba City with the rebound. Score remains 18-14, 8:22 to go. Ball passed in, left side of the paint. Ella Vosberg off the window. Ball rolls off the front of the rim. Second chance off the window and in for Cuba City. Knocking that one in is Allie Ingersoll. Cubans make it a 2-point ball game, 18-16. Mineral Point leading, closing in on 8 minutes to play in the first supply, first half. Lacey Lindsay going into the paint. Her shot no good, trying to clean up her own mess, and able to get the rebound and put it back for 2. Lacey Lindsay now with 5 points on the game, 4-point lead for Mineral Point. 7:50 to play, and a timeout taken by Cuba City. Stops the clock with 7:50 to play in the first supply, first half. And is it a full or is it a 30? Looks like it's a full stop. We'll take one too. 20-16, Mineral Point leading. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Save big money now at Menards. Stand up to life's messes with our great selection of durable and waterproof flooring. Great Lakes Vinyl Plank flooring is easy to install and is durable, pet-friendly, and waterproof. Plus, it has sound-reducing attached pad for added comfort. Update your spaces with Great Lakes Legends Vinyl Plank flooring through January 26th for just $2.99 per square foot. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
In game 2.
Coming out of the Cuba City timeout, 20-16, Mineral Point leading the Cubans. Cuba City in possession of the basketball. On the high right side, it's Ashley Rode. Tries to skip it in, finds Summer Rogers at the right elbow. Fires a pass back to the left wing to Emily Wigman. Wigman steps her dribble, skips it into Rogers at the left elbow. Now finds a teammate on the right side. Three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, though, collected by Rogers. Now given back to the top to Emily Wigman to reset. Skips it in down low to Rogers, and she puts it in with the left hand. Summer Rogers depositing 2 on that bang shot. Cuba City back to within 2. Mineral Point 20, Cuba City 18. 7:10 to play in the first supply, first half from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City High School. Down low, Cabot kicks out. Lindsay catch and shoot 3 in the left corner off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ashley Rowe. Dribbles to the right wing, kicks out, and a catch and shoot 3 again for Cuba City off the side of the rim. No good for Ellie Ingersoll. And the Pointers pull down the rebound. Lacey Lindsay crashing the boards. Sophie Miller gives down low to Cabot. Cabot kicking back out. Schultz loading up for 3 in the corner. That one off the front of the rim. Lacey Lindsay there with the rebound. That was blocked from behind though by Vosberg. And finally collected by Emily Wigman, who's in a double team right here. And it's stolen away by Lindsay. And she puts it out the window and in for 2. 22-18, Mineral Point leading Cuba City. 6:20 to play in the first supply, first half. Ball deflected at the three-point arc, and trying to pass it forward was Ella Kroll, but that pass was blocked by Emily Wigman. Goes out of bounds. Mineral Point will inbound in front of their own bench. Boy, a frenzied start here in Cuba City. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live or can play. Experience for yourself the difference at CommunityFirstBankStephenInc.com. Member FDIC, and a steal and score back the other way for Emily Wigman. 22-20, Mineral Point leading Cuba City, under 6 minutes to play in the first supply, first half. Sophie Miller gives to the left side to Schultz, kicked out to Lindsay in the right wing. Lindsay going baseline, goes for another layup, and her shot gets knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Cuba City, so Mineral Point will inbound baseline, right side of the basket. Yeah, Sophie Miller checks out of the game, now back in is number 22, Eliza Ingwell. Lacey Lindsay throwing in the inbound pass. Finds Ella Kroll, gives back to Lindsay in the right corner. Lindsay dribbles to the right wing, back out to the top to Jaden Schultz, works his way to the left wing to Ingwell. Ingwell driving in, off the window and in for two. Ingwell now with 6 points on the game. Mineral Point stretches their lead, 24-20, as we close in on 5:20 to play in the first supply, first half. A fun one here from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. As Ella Vosberg gives off to the left side to Ashley Rowe. Rowe driving in. Puts up a shot, too strong out the backboard. Vosberg tried to clean up her own mess. The third time's the charm. Cleaning up the offensive board and putting it back in for two. And it's a 2-point lead for Mineral Point. 24-22, under 5 minutes left until halftime. Ball skipped in to Cabot. Finds a teammate down low, and the layup, or shot is blocked from behind by Ella Kroll. Cubans coming back down the floor quickly. Reverse layup in for Ella Vosberg. How did that one drop for Vosberg? 24-24. We're tied up with 4.5 minutes to go until halftime. Liza Ingwell, right wing, dribbles to the left elbow, gives down low to Cabot, tries to kick it back out to Lindsay. Lindsay saves it from going out of bounds in front of the Cuba City bench. Gives back out to the top to Kroll. Works its way back to Schultz, and now in the left corner to Ingwell. Ingwell fires it down low. Cabot trying to get past her defender, overshoots the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Ella Vosberg. Vosberg hands off to Ashley Rowe, and a timeout. Or no, there's just a stoppage. I thought someone called timeout. But it looks like a substitution coming in for Mineral Point, as in the game now is number 34, who is Ava Ingwell, a sophomore. Play resumes, 4 minutes to play in the first supply, first half. Cuba City 24, Mineral Point 24, as the pass is ripped out of the hands by the Pointers, and back the other way, going coast to coast, is number 21, Maddie Cabot. Cabot now with 4 points on the game. Mineral Point back in front, 26-24, 3:40 to go, as Vosberg with the answer under the basket. Ella Vosberg ties it up, 26-26. She's got 11 points on her stat line. Jaden Schultz works his way over to the top to Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell retreating to center court, now drives to the corner. Now on the left wing, runs into a double team at the free throw line, trying to pass out of it, and a hell ball called. And the possession gives it to Cuba City with 3:13 to go in the first supply, first half, 26-26. Mineral Point and Cuba City tied in this SWAL rivalry game in girls basketball. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Actually, ball's going to stay with Mineral Point. Lacey Lindsay gets the inbound pass in. And now ball swung around to the left wing to Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell, overhead pass, finds Cabot down low, backs down her defender, and an offensive foul called against Cabot. Cabot dropped the shoulder on the Cuba City defender, and she'll be called for a charge. 3:04 to play in the first supply, first half, 26-26. Cuba City, Mineral Point tied. Ashley Rowe, left-handed dribble, angles to the left side, hands off. And shot put up missed by Emily Wigman, and a whistle off the rebound. And we'll see who's guilty of the foul. It looks like it's against Mineral Point. Jaden Schultz checking out of the game for Mineral Point. Now back in is Ella Kroll. As Cuba City inbounding baseline right side. And the inbound pass is stolen away by Mineral Point. Liza Ingwell coming back across center court. 26-26 our score. 2:40 to go till halftime. Eva Ingwell with it on the high left side, and a whistle. Looks like a hand check foul against number 12, Ashley Rowe. That would be her second personal, team foul number 5 on the Cubans. And Mineral Point inbounding on the far sideline. Ella Carroll set to throw it in. Ball gets into Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell to the top of the arc. All over her is Emily Wigman. Goes crossover dribbles to the right elbow, and another tie-up with the basketball, and possession arrow gives it to Cuba City this time with 2:23 to go in the First Supply first half. Cuba City 26, Mineral Point 26. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Emily Wigman right on top of the Cubans logo at center court. Angles towards the right side. Trying to shake off her defender. Trips driving into the lane, and I think they may call a foul on Lacey Lindsay. As I don't know if Lindsay could have done anything about that. I thought Cuban player tripped on her own feet. But they're going to whistle up Ella Kroll for her first personal. Team foul number 4 on the Pointers. And the inbound pass gets in. Catch and shoot 3 in the right corner. Ball spit back out. Vosberg with the rebound. Reverse layup. Putback is good. What a half for Ella Vosberg. 13 points in this First Supply first half. And Cuba City back in front. 28-26. Under 2 minutes to play in the First Supply first half. Kroll given to the top. Lacey Lindsay dribbles in. Gives off to a teammate. Dribble stopped on the right elbow. Still by Cuba City. As Wigman tries to give it to Vosberg. Vosberg saves it from going out of bounds, and the layup right next to the basket is no good, and Mineral Point pulls down the rebound. And ball stolen away at center court by Ashley Rowe. Skips it ahead. Wigman goes for the layup. Her shot's deflected, and that one's stolen away by Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell coming back the other way. Puts up a layup. Tries to go coast to coast. Off the side iron, no good. And Summer Rogers pulls down the rebound for Cuba City, and Ashley Rowe going to slow things down, as Cuba City now has a 2-point lead, 1:10 to go until the halftime break. Yo-yo dribble as she crosses center court. Dribbles to the left wing. Trying to shake off her defender as she dribbles to the left elbow. An open 3 on the left corner. Overshooting the rim is Emily Wigman. But an offensive rebound collected by Summer Rogers. Wigman loads up again from the left wing. Got it! Emily Wigman with her second three-pointer of the game. She's got 8 points in total, and a timeout taken by Mineral Point. With 48.4 seconds left in the First Supply first half. Cuba City 31, Mineral Point 26. We'll stay here and tell you that our game is brought to you by Russell Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. And by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Also by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Jury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. By Bytech Resource Management, a greener way. Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-brands.com. Coming out of the Mineral Point timeout. Pointers in possession of the basketball. 42 seconds to go until halftime. 31-26. Cuba City on top as a catch-and-shoot 3 for Lindsay. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Vosberg. Vosberg coming back the other way. Switches from the left to the right hand. Finds a teammate down low, and the layup is made by Emily Wigman. Cubans going on a nice run to close out the First Supply first half. 33-26, 20 seconds remaining. And a tie-up with the basketball at the free throw line, as I believe a foul will be against Cuba City. One of the Cuban players pushed. That's team foul number 6 of the half, and that will be Emily Wigman's first personal foul. Lacey Lindsay gets the inbound pass into the right corner to Sophie Miller. Miller steps her dribble at the left elbow, gives out to the right wing to Ingwell. Ingwell, double team, 9 seconds to go. Shot put up at the free throw line, no good. Ball tap back, Summer Rogers with the rebound, tries to find a teammate to push ahead to. Gives to Emily Wigman, she's got to put up a shot. Football pass forward, and just missing the rim. And we go to halftime with Cuba City leading Mineral Point 33-26. And our Peterson Agency halftime report coming up in just a moment. Our game today brought to you by Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery. Reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Calling Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. Coming up next, the Peterson Agency halftime report. We'll check in on the game that we have on X1071 between Potosi and River Ridge and Boys Hoops. A big matchup there in the Six Rivers West. Also, any other updates on the game, we'll bring those to you on our Shoebox scoreboard as well. The Peterson Agency halftime report coming your way next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Get ready for a whirlwind adventure. Hi, this is Sue Rydell from the Bell Tower Theater, inviting you to As Time Goes By. Local favorite Kathy Goodman will perform her new cabaret show, created with the help of AI. It brilliantly breathes new life into a host of jazz and standard favorites. See As Time Goes By, January 25th at 7:30 p.m. or January 26th at 2 p.m. Tickets are just $26. Call 563-588-3377 or go to belltowertheater.net.
In Game 3.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The halftime score at the Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium, 33-26, the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans leading the Mineral Point Pointers in SWAL girls basketball. Coming up next, our Peterson Agency halftime report. We'll recap the first half scoring of this game and some Shoebox scoreboard updates as well. That's all coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
What does the Lifetime Comfort Guarantee from Dubuque Mattress really mean? It means peace of mind. For the entire life of your Dubuque mattress, we will adjust the feel of it. If it feels a little too firm, we'll make it softer. If your mattress feels too soft, we'll make it firmer. We take the "what if I don't like it" out of mattress shopping to give you peace of mind. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
At Dubuque Mattress Factory, you got a little snooze time.
Anderson Weber Toyota invites you to the Dubuque Auto Show Friday, January 31st through Sunday, February 2nd at the Grand River Center. Stop by their booth to get an up-close look at some of the newest and most popular Toyota models on display in a temperature-controlled environment. Their sales team will be on site to answer your questions and help you find the Toyota that's right for you. You'll also have the opportunity to win some great prizes. Don't miss the Dubuque Auto Show with Anderson Weber Toyota when you're ready.
In Game 4.
Peterson Agency halftime report presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle. Brian Peterson specializing in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. A fun one here from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Cuba City leading Mineral Point in SWAL girls basketball 33-26. Our Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Really tight ball game throughout this first supply first half before Cuba City went on a nice run to take a 7-point lead heading into the halftime break. Mineral Point got the party started, and From there, it's just been pretty back and forth. The biggest lead that Mineral Point had in that first half was 4. And then Cuba City able to close out the first half strong to take a 7-point lead into the break. That's their biggest lead of the contest. And scoring-wise, individually for Cuba City, they have 2 players in double figures already. Ella Vosberg with 13 first-half points and 10 points for Emily Wigman. 6 points for Ashley Rowe, 2 points apiece for Allie Ingersoll and Summer Rogers. Trina Redfern saw action in the First Supply first half and did not score. And that's all the scoring in the first half. Cuba City with 6 fouls as a team in that first half. The only player with 2 fouls on their stat line is Ashley Rowe. As for Mineral Point, they are led in scoring so far tonight by Lacey Lindsay with 7 points. And then 6 points apiece for Sophie Miller and Eliza Ingwell. 4 points by Maddie Cabot. 2 points for Ella Kroll. And Jaden Schultz was 1 of 2 at the free throw line in the first half. Izzy Dannenberg saw action but did not score in the first half, as did Ava Ingwell, seeing action but not scoring in that first half. Our update on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, over on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Potosi leading River Ridge at the half, 20-18, a grim defensive struggle, says Steve Prestegard, and he will have the call of the second half of that game again over on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Some other halftime updates that we can tell you about. Highland leading Belmont at the half in boys basketball, 40-26. And a final in girls basketball, Southwestern all over Iowa Grant, 57-27. Those are the updates that we have on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Our game tonight brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. And by Donnie's Tire and Auto, call the only hooker in town for 24-hour touring service at 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is at Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. Also by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. That's Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. We'll take another timeout. We'll wrap up the Peterson Agency halftime report and get the second half underway here at Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Again, your halftime score, 33-26. Cuba City leading Mineral Point in SWAL girls basketball. This has been the Peterson Agency Halftime Report presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle. Brian Peterson specializing in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. Your second half is coming up next on Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Start the new year off right. Relaxed with some self-care. Potosa Spa is featuring Berries and Bubbly, which includes our Beyond Bliss facial with a red berries antioxidant rubber lift-off mask, as well as our signature pedicure. While soaking, enjoy a glass of sparkling rosé. Make it a spa day with Potosa Spa inside Hotel Julian Dubuque. Call now to book yours. Learn more at potosaspa.com.
In Game 5.
Closing in on the start of the second half from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Cuba City leading Mineral Point at the break, 33-26. Tyler DeCanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball is presented by Cuba City Darlington and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Tonight's game also brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware Hank and Napa dealer. See Rob Krantz of the crew at Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts of Fenimore. And by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont, Prairie du Chien, and at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. Bouse Electric. Call Brad, Adrian, and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Game also brought to you by Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix, aggregate, and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction of Mineral Point. Also by Eggers Enterprises in Linden, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping. They're not done until your expectations are exceeded. Check out their website or Facebook or call 608-513-2190. The Cubans have taken the floor, waiting for Mineral Point to take the floor to begin the second half. Cuba City will begin, or beg your pardon, Mineral Point will begin as Cuba City won the tip. So Mineral Point will take possession of the basketball. They will work from right to left. As you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, it's from front to back, as I see it from the stage here at Cuba City High School. Mineral Point set to throw it in. Ella Kroll throwing it in on the far sideline. Hands off to Eliza Ingwell. And we are underway in the second half. 33-26, Cuba City on top, but Mineral Point trying to get back into things, trailing by 7. Eliza Kroll gives to the left corner, and a three-pointer is spit out. Rebound collected by Summer Rogers of Cuba City. There's an overhead pass to Emily Wigman. Gives out to Ella Vosberg. Vosberg stops her dribble on the left side of the paint, gives out to the corner. Wigman looking for a teammate to pass to, skips out to the left wing to Ashley Rowe. Rowe trying to spin off her defender. Hands off to Vosberg, now to the right wing, Allie Ingersoll. Gives back to Vosberg. Vosberg backing down on Lindsay. Under the basket, kicks out, and a three-pointer to the left side of the point is swished for Emily Wigman. Emily Wigman's third three-pointer of the game. She's got 13 points in total. It's a double-digit lead for Cuba City. Just under a minute gone by in the second half. 36-26, Cuba City on top of Mineral Point as a lob pass down low. Shot missed under the basket. Ella Kroll missing. And the scramble for the rebound goes into the right corner as being double-teamed is Ella Kroll, and a whistle on the far side as someone on Cuba City pushed. Believe that's on Emily Wigman. That'd be her second personal. Second personal, first team foul of the half for Cuba City. Mineral Point gets the inbound pass in on the high right side. Now straight ahead three coming up for Mineral Point off the front of there, no good for Jaden Schultz, and the putback is good for Lacey Lindsay. Lacey Lindsay now with 9 points on the game. Back to a single-digit lead for Cuba City, 36-28. 16.5 minutes to go in regulation. Now driving in as Wigman puts up a shot over her defender, and the ball rattles in for Wigman. Wigman now with 15 points. That's a game high. And now it's 38-28 with 16:18 to play. Schultz drives in, kicks out to the right corner to Ella Kroll. Now back to Schultz on the right wing. Sets her dribble at the free throw line. Gives to Cabot. Cabot, reverse layup. Somehow goes down. What a shot by Maddie Cabot. 6 points for her on the game. 38-30. Cuba City leading under 60 minutes to play in the game. Pass to the right corner for Allie Ingersoll. Tries to skip it over to Vosberg, but the ball deflected out of bounds by Maddie Cabot. And it will be Cuban's ball still, inbounding baseline left side of the basket. Summer Rogers looking for a teammate to pass to. Passes into Wigman in the left corner. Wigman dribbles to the top of the arc. Now into the lane. Runs into two defenders. Tries to bank it in. Too strong off the backboard. And the rebound collected by Cuba City. Straight ahead three coming up for Ashley Rowe. And she knocks it down. Ashley Rowe with her first three-pointer of the game, number 27 for her on the season, and Cuba City has her biggest lead of the game, 41-30, 15:25 to go. Lacey Lindsay hands off to the right wing to Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell dribbles behind her back. Tries to go to the right elbow, ball tipped and knocked out of bounds by Wigman. And the ball will stay with Mineral Point as Ella Kroll will inbound on the far sideline. Clare Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Driving in the lane, left-handed scoop layup is good for Eliza Ingwell. Eliza Ingwell with a big game, 8 points for her, averaging 6.2 points per game. Cuts the lead back to single digits again, 41-32, the new score. Under 15 minutes to play as a foul under the basket. Summer Rogers trying to put up the shot, but contact made by Ella Kroll. And free throws coming up for Summer Rogers. 2 points for her on the game, and her free throws coming up here. And the first free throw missed by Rogers. They actually called the foul on number 21, Maddie Cabot. That's her second personal. First team foul of the half for Mineral Point. On the season, Summer Rogers averaging 5 points per game and shooting 60% at the free throw line, and she's 50% so far tonight, knocking the second free throw down back to a 10-point lead for Cuba City. 42-32, Cuba City leading Mineral Point, 14:50 to go. Ball between the rings as Eliza Ingwell dribbles to the right side, trying to shake off Wigman. Stops her dribble at the right elbow, kicks out. Lacey fires away for 3, misses off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound for Cabot, and she puts it off the window and in for 2. Maddie Cabot now with 8 points on the game, 42-34, 14 and a half minutes to play. Driving in the three-point arc is Ashley Rowe. Thought she was going to drive into the paint, but decides to stop her dribble instead. Pass fired down low for Ella Vosberg, off her fingertips and out of bounds. Cuba City turns it over. Mineral Point takes possession with 14:18 to play in the contest. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, when you are ready. Eliza Ingwell to the top of the arc, kicks out to the corner, catch and shoot, 3 coming up. That one rattles in for Jaden Schultz. Jaden Schultz on with 4 points on the game. That's three-pointer number 25 for her on the season. 42-37. Mineral Point trying to close the gap on Cuba City. Ashley Rowe, top of the arc, now into the lane. Her shot is blocked by Cabot, recovered by Lacey Lindsay. Pushes ahead to Cabot. 2 on 3 coming back the other way as Cabot tries to put up the layup. She's fouled from behind by Vosberg. Good foul there to prevent the easy bucket. And free throws coming up for Maddie Cabot. Maddie Cabot with 8 points on the game. That's close to her average, averaging 8.4 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, and shooting 51% at the free throw line. The first free throw rattles out, no good. The foul was against Vosberg. That's her second personal. Team foul number 2 on the half for Cuba City. And the second free throw is knocked down. 42-38, just like that. Mineral Point back to within 4 as we close in on 13 and a half minutes to play in the game. Ball skipped over to the high left side to Summer Rogers, and Rogers loses the ball in the backcourt, and an over and back called against Cuba City. Cubans turning the ball over. And with exactly 13 and a half minutes to go in the game, Mineral Point takes possession, trailing by 4. Cuba City led by as many as 11. But Mineral Point able to close the gap. Pointers with the basketball on the high right side. That's Lacey Lindsay. Being guarded heavily by Ella Vosberg, and a timeout taken by Mineral Point, stopping the clock with 13:15 to go in the game. And it is a 30-second stop, so we'll stay here. 42-38, Cuba City on top of Mineral Point. Tonight's game brought to you by Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Great Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Great Regional Health Center, better health starts here. And by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Maine in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And by Russell Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices coming out of the Mineral Point timeout. They have 3 timeouts remaining on the game. 42-38, Cuba City on top. Pointers in possession of the basketball, trying to weave her way through traffic as Ella Kroll loses the ball. Cuba City comes away with the steal. Ella Vosberg back the other way, tries to go coast to coast. Her layup's too strong. Second chance, no good for Summer Rogers. But she'll go to the line for two as she got fouled on the way up. 13:01 to play in the game. 42-38, Cuba City on top. Summer Rogers back at the free throw line. 1 for 2 on her last attempts. And the first free throw drops in. 4 points for Summer Rogers on the game. The foul was against number 22, Eliza Ingwell, her second personal, second team foul. Second free throw rattles in for Rogers again. Cuba City leading 44-38 as we go under 13 minutes to play. Inlet pass to Eliza Ingwell, looking for a teammate to pass to, finds Lindsay on the left wing, now driving her way into the lane, and the runner's no good, second chance no good. Cabot there with the board, gets the bucket to go, and the foul. Able to put it in through the contact by Summer Rogers. Bucket counts and a free throw coming up for Maddie Cabot. Foul is on Summer Rogers. That's her first personal. And the free throw bounces off the back iron, then knocked out of bounds, and Cuba City will take possession off the rebound. 12:42 to go in the second half. 44-40. Cuba City in the lead. Game brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected days or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Ashley Rowe trying to get it across center court, angles towards the right side. Has the ball poked away and recovered by Mineral Point as the ball is just across the center court stripe, but I believe Mineral Point gets a timeout to save the possession. Stops the clock with 12:27 to go in the second half, 44-40. Cuba City on top. It's a full stop. We'll take 1-2 back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
We all know how unpredictable the weather in our area can be. Tune in to Super Hits 106 as we'll keep you up to date on all the cancellations and delays affecting the Tri-States. Cancellations and delays are presented by Anderson Auto of Platteville. Make sure you don't get stuck out in the cold with a visit to Anderson Auto Repair in Platteville. They'll check your fluids, including oil and antifreeze, plus tires, suspension, and more. And they'll get you in right away and back on the road. Learn more about Anderson Auto Repair on Facebook.
In Game 6.
Cuba City 44, Mineral Point 40. 12:24 to play in the second half from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Lacey Lindsay hands off to the right wing as Eliza Ingwell tries to weave her way into traffic, runs into two defenders, and the ball stolen away by Ella Vosberg. Vosberg trying to get past Cabot. Scoop layup, too strong off the window, and the rebound pulled down by Jaden Schultz. Ella pass to Eliza Ingwell, pushing ahead to Lindsay on the far side of the floor. Lindsay goes baseline. Her layup no good. Second chance off the window and in for two. 11 points for Lacey Lindsay. She's in double figures. Back to a 2-point lead for Cuba City. 11:45 to play. And Cuba City led by as many as 11 in the early part of the second half. Ella Vosberg, top of the arc, hands off to the right wing to Emily Wigman. Wigman, left-handed dribble, stops it, gives over to Ashley Rowe. Rowe, step and pop jumper, left side of the lane, too strong off the side iron as Cabot pulls down the rebound for the Pointers. Hands off to Ingwell. Ingwell finds Lacey Lindsay on the high left side. Tries the pass down low, looking for Cabot. Ball deflected but recovered, and Schultz loads up for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound recovered by Cuba City. Emily Wigman trying to come back in transition. Puts up a floater, gets it off the window and in for two. And she'll go to the line for one more. What a big game by Emily Wigman. 17 points on the game and stretches the Cuba City lead as a timeout taken as Emily Wigman has to have her finger tended to. She's got to get a Band-Aid on before she can shoot these free throws. As Ellie Olsen going to bandage her up. Again, 46-42. Cuba City leading Mineral Point. They call the foul on Ella Kroll. That's her second personal, 14th foul of the half for Mineral Point. And while we have a chance, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Community First Bank. For you, the communities where you live or can play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Also by Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix, aggregate, and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Emily Wigman is fully bandaged and will shoot the and one and gets the freebie free throw to go. Cuba City 47, Mineral Point 42, closing in on 11 minutes to play in the game. Ella Kroll finds Lacey Lindsay in the corner. She loads up for three, splashes it. Second three-pointer of the game for Lacey Lindsay, 14 points for her in total. Back to a two-point ball game, 47-45, 10:47 to play. In the lane, Ashley Rowe tries to bank it in. Shots off target, rebound pulled down by Sophie Miller. Miller dribbles it across center court on the far side. Hands off to the left wing, down the left corner. Another three-pointer for Lindsay coming up. This one missed off the left side of the iron, but the offensive rebound collected by Miller, and a held ball. She got tied up, I believe, with Summer Rogers, and the alternate possession will give it to Cuba City. Ella Vosberg checks back into the game for the Cubans, and that will send Trina Redfern to the bench. As Emily Wigman gets ready to throw in the inbound pass on the opposite side of the floor. 10.5 minutes to play in the game. 47-45. Cuba City leading Mineral Point. Cubans in possession of the basketball with the 2-point lead. Rowe gets it across center court. Finds Summer Rogers on the left wing, being guarded by Lacey Lindsay. Trying to get past her. Fires a pass down low. Vosberg open lane off the window. No! Off the front of the rim, no good. Second chance, no good. Summer Rogers, third time's the charm. Yes, it is. Summer Rogers now with 7 points on the game. 4-point lead for Cuba City, 10 minutes to play. Lindsay tries to lob it in, lobs it to nobody. It's stolen away by Cuba City. Wigman getting across, trying to get past Lindsay. Puts up a shot. That one blocked by Lindsay and pulled away by number 34, Ava Ingwell. Ingwell pushes ahead to Lindsay in the right corner. And Lindsay loses the handle. Ball knocked out of bounds. Who touched it last? It was last touched by Cuba City, says the official. And ball will stay with Mineral Point. Ball inbounded baseline right side. 49-45 the score. 9:41 to go in the game. Cuba City leading, but Mineral Point in possession of the ball. Inbound pass gets into Sophie Miller, trying to get past Wigman. Ball kicked back out to Ava Ingwell on the right wing. Ingwell left-handed dribble in the lane. Layup is missed. Second chance. No good, but Izzy Dannenberg will go to the free throw line as she got fouled on the shot. Izzy Dannenberg averaging 3 points per game and shooting 22% at the free throw line. And she will try to make it a one-possession game at the free throw line. First free throw is swished. The foul was against Summer Rogers. That's her second personal, team foul number 4 of the half. Both teams with 4 fouls in the second half. Second free throw for Dannenberg. Misses it off the right side, and the rebound collected by Cuba City. 3-point lead for the Cubans, 49-46, 9:25 to play. Emily Wigman stops her dribble on the left wing, hands off to Ashley Rowe. Ashley Rowe, right-handed dribble, being guarded by Ella Kroll. Retreating between the rings, trying to set something up, and a timeout taken by Cuba City with 9:07 to play. In the second half, 49-46, Cuba City on top. It's a 30-second stop, and we'll stay here. I'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Eggers Enterprises in Linden, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping. They're not done until your expectations are exceeded. Check out their website or go to Facebook or call 608-513-2190. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. What a fun game this has been. Both teams well rested, as neither school had school today. No school doesn't mean no game here in this part of the state. And with 9:07 to go, Cuba City in possession of the basketball. Inbound pass thrown into the backcourt to Ashley Rowe. Ashley Rowe trying to get across center court. Ball deflected momentarily by Eliza Ingwell, and another held ball called. And the alternate possession gives it to the Pointers. 9 minutes remaining in the game, 49-46. Cuba City on top. Mineral Point trying to cut it to within one or potentially tie it on this possession. Eliza Ingwell gets it across center court. Lobs it to the free throw line to Dannenberg. Dannenberg back out to the right wing to Ava Ingersoll. Gives out to the top to Miller. Ingersoll loads up for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled away by Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell puts up a floater, left side of the lane, off the front iron, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Cuba City. Ashley Rowe with the rebound, trying to go coast to coast. Stop the dribble, stop and pop jumper at the free throw line, no good. Vosberg tried to pull down the rebound, but slapped it back to a Mineral Point player, and the Pointers take possession once again. 8:23 remaining, 3-point ball game. Pointers trailing, catch and shoot three on the left wing, tied up! Thanks to Sophie Miller with her third three-pointer of the contest. Cuba City 49, Mineral Point 49, just over 8 minutes to play. Driving in the lane, shot put up off the back iron, no good. Shot missed by Emily Wigman. Now the Pointers trying to take the lead for the first time since the first supply first half. An open three in the left corner, knocked down for Sophie Miller. And a timeout taken by Cuba City. 7:48 to play in the game. Mineral Point 52, Cuba City 49. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Trade out and trade up with the Gia Milking Performance promotion at Fuller's Milker Center. For a limited time, trade out your old milking units and liners and immediately benefit by trading up to a better milking performance at substantial savings. Choose from the Gia IQ Milking Unit or the Classic 300E Milking Unit, both available with a GQ liner package. Plus, save if you need to swap Jetter cups too. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to find out how you can save big trading out and trading up on new Gia milking equipment technology.
In Game 7.
Looks like we're in for a fun finish here from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Mineral Point has taken their first lead since the first supply first half. Mineral Point 52, Cuba City 49, 7:45 to play. Cuba City coming out of the timeout. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining on the game. Ashley Rowe tries to find a teammate, ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Mineral Point is Ava Ingwell. The last to touch it for the Pointers, and Mineral Point will inbound on the far side of the floor. Cubans throw it into the backcourt as Ashley Rowe takes control of it for the Cubans. Switching from the right to the left hand. Lobs it into the right corner to Summer Rogers. Rogers stops her dribble on the left wing, finds an open teammate. Emily Wigman firing away from three. That one no good. Offensive rebound collected though by Ingersoll. And a tie-up on the pass on the left wing, and it looks like a foul against Cuba City. It'll be team foul number 5 on Mineral Point, beg your pardon, and it's the third foul on Eliza Ingwell. Cubans keep the ball, trailing by 3, 7:15 to play. Cuba City with the ball on the high left side. Emily Wigman trying to shake off Ava Ingwell. Going from the right to left, finds Ella Vosper cutting towards the basket. Her layup is too strong off the backboard. Offensive rebound, though, for Cuba City. Ball given back out, catch and shoot three on the left wing, off the side iron, no good. Ball deflected and recovered again for Cuba City. Ella Vosberg, top of the arc. Dribbles to the right wing, now being guarded by Izzy Dannenberg. Kicks it back out to Ashley Rowe. Rowe dribbling to the right side of the paint, tries to bank it off the window, too strong off the backboard. Ball kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Ella Vosberg, and the Pointers will take possession. As Cuba City missing on those opportunities, they had about 3 or 4 offensive rebounds on that possession, unable to cash in, and now Mineral Point takes possession with a 3-point lead, 6:37 to play. Mineral Point 52, Cuba City 49. Ella Kroll in the backcourt, met by Ashley Rowe. Dribbles into the lane, loses the handle on the way up, and a whistle as no foul called. It was just a lost ball out of bounds. Turnover, Mineral Point. Cuba City takes possession. Under 6.5 minutes to play. Number 2 ranked Cuba City. Cubans trailing the Mineral Point Pointers. Swall Girls basketball at Super Hits 106. And the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as an inbound pass is deflected and stolen away. But a foul against Emily Wigman. We'll give team foul number 5 of the half. Or actually, beg your pardon, it's the 3rd on Ella Vosberg. Both teams out with 5 fouls in this second half. Mineral Point leading by 3 and in possession of the basketball. As Ella Kroll finds a teammate on the left wing. Driving in is Sophie Miller. Her shot blocked from behind by Vosberg. Able to recover it, though, and now cutting towards the basket is Ella Kroll. She deposits 2 on the bank shot. Mineral Point now up by 5, under 6 minutes to play. 54-49, Pointers lead. As the scramble for the basketball on the near sideline is taken away, but it's a held ball, and it will stay with Cuba City. As, boy, the intensity really ramping up here in Cuba City. Or actually, the possession arrow was supposed to be pointing to the Pointers, so Mineral Point will take possession as the officials meet with the scores table and get that figured out. 5:38 to play in the game, 54-49. Mineral Point leading Cuba City. As Ava Ingwell loses the handle, but Ella Kroll able to recover for the Pointers. Steps her dribble at the right elbow, hands off to Lindsay. Lindsay cutting towards the basket on the baseline right side. Her shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Ella Vosberg. Ella Vosberg pushes ahead to Wigman. Wigman finds a teammate in the left corner. That's Allie Ingersoll. She'll dribble out of the corner, run into a double team top of the arc, tries to skip it in for Vosberg, but it's poked away and stolen away by Ella Kroll. Eva Ingwell trying to weave her way through traffic. That one deflected and stolen away as Wigman coming back 1-on-2, and the ball taken out of her hands by Sophie Miller, and a foul out of frustration, I believe, on Emily Wigman. Yeah, Wigman thought she had an open shot, but Sophie Miller right there to just rip the ball right out of her hand. Ava Ingwell checks out of the game. Eliza Ingwell checks back in. And with 5:01 to play, as the foul was actually against Ashley Rowe, that's her 3rd personal, 16th foul of the half for Cuba City. Eliza Ingwell to the right side of the paint, kicks to Cabot, finds an open teammate in the corner. Lacey Lindsay loads up for 3. Outside iron, no good, tries to collect her own rebound, runs into a double team under the basket. And is this another held ball? Yes, it is. Cubans will take possession with 4:45 to play in the game. Boy, points starting to feel like they're coming to a premium now as we close things out. Mineral Point 54, Cuba City 49, 4:40 left. Emily Wigman finds Summer Rogers on the left wing. Rogers being guarded by Lindsay. Is out to the top to Ella Vosberg, being guarded by Cabot at the top of the arc. Pump fakes, dribbles in, finds a teammate down low, off the window. No, too strong. Shot missed by Ashley Rowe. Rebound pulled down by Mineral Point. Boy, the bunny shot's not going down for Cuba City down low. Cabot with the ball on the right wing. Lobs it down low. Lacey Lindsay takes on her defender, puts it off the window and in for 2. Lacey Lindsay with a big game, 16 points on her stat line, 4 minutes left, 56-49. Mineral Point leading Cuba City, open 3 for Summer Rogers in the corner, knocked down for 3. 4-point lead for Mineral Point, 56-52. Offense starting to come alive in the final 4 minutes of the game. On the high left side for Eliza Ingwell. Now decides to dribble, runs into a double team left side of the paint, hands off to Cabot. Cabot trying to Euro step her way into the paint. Her layup too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Cuba City. 3.5 minutes to go. Mineral Point with a 4-point lead as A shot put up under the basket, missed by Ella Vosberg, offensive rebound, and Cuba City puts up a three. That one missed. Vosberg puts up a shot, and she's going to go to the line for two. She got fouled on the way up. Stops the clock with 3:19 to play. Sophie Miller guilty of the foul for Mineral Point. Both teams with 16 fouls in the second half. Vosberg hits the first free throw. It's Vosberg's first point of the second half after having 13 in the first half. And the second free throw is knocked down. Back to a one-possession game. Mineral Point 56, Cuba City 54, 3:18 left. Eliza Ingwell loses the ball. It goes into the backcourt, and Cuba City recovers. Ingwell gives it ahead to Ashley Rowe. Off the window and in. We're tied. And a timeout taken by Mineral Point. It's a full stop. We'll take 1-2. 3:06 remaining. Cuba City 56, Mineral Point 56. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8, your farm is your home and business. An investment worth protecting. The Peterson Agency of Argyle and Hastings Mutual Insurance Company team up to bring you experience, know-how, and professional service to do just that. This team of professionals at the Peterson Agency and Hastings Mutual offer complete farm coverage for your home, buildings, and equipment. Plus, there's coverage for recreational vehicles, farm liability, and workers' compensation. Don't assume you're adequately covered. Call the locally owned Peterson Agency.
Anderson Weber Toyota invites you to the Dubuque Auto Show Friday, January 31st through Sunday, February 2nd at the Grand River Center. Stop by their booth to get an up-close look at some of the newest and most popular Toyota models on display in a temperature-controlled environment. Their sales team will be on site to answer your questions and help you find the Toyota that's right for you. You'll also have the opportunity to win some great prizes. Don't miss the Dubuque Auto Show with Anderson Weber Toyota when you're ready.
In Game 8,
Cuba City 56, Mineral Point 56. Just over 3 minutes to play in the ballgame. Mineral Point coming out of the timeout. They have one remaining in the ballgame. Mineral Point in possession of the basketball. Ball given out to the top to Lacey Lindsay. Gives back out to the top of the arc. Works its way over to the left wing to Eliza Ingwell. Ingwell looking for a teammate. Finds Maddie Cabot, top of the arc. Drives into the lane. Tries to go for the layup. The layup is in. Does the bucket count? Or are they going to say it was before the shot? The officials convening at the top of the arc. That's a big shot, and the bucket does count for Maddie Cabot. And she'll have a chance to convert a three-point play. Maddie Cabot now with 13 points on the game can make it 14 here and make it a three-point margin for Mineral Point in the final 2:43. And the free throw's knocked down. 59-56, Mineral Point on top. Mineral Point trying to snap a 39-game winning streak for Cuba City against small opponents. As the ball knocked out of bounds by number 22, Eliza Ingwell, Cuba City will inbound on the far side of the floor. Summer Rogers overhead pass to Ashley Rowe. Rowe switching over from the right to the left hand. Gives off to the corner. Now finds Vosberg down low, open lane, puts it off the window and in for two. Ella Vosberg with 17, 1 point lead for Mineral Point, 2:15 left. Maddie Cabot on the high left side. Now decides to dribble. Steps to dribble, top of the arc, hands off to Lindsay. Lindsay back out to the left corner. Works its way to Cabot on the right wing. Ball skipped back out to Ella Kroll. Kroll driving in, runs into a triple team, and a hell ball, no, a foul called against Cuba City. A slap on the wrist, and now bonus free throws coming up for Mineral Point as that's team foul number 7 on the Cubans. A 1-and-1 coming up for Ella Kroll. Ella Kroll with 4 points on the game, shooting 69% at the free throw line on the season. And the first free throw drops. The foul was called against Allie Ingersoll. That's her second personal. Actually, they call it team foul number 8 on Cuba City. And the free throw rolls in for Kroll. Ella Kroll with 6 points on the game. 61-58, Mineral Point leading Cuba City, 1:52 remaining. I'll give it on the high left side, now out to the top to Ella Vosberg. Vosberg being guarded by Cabot. Pushes ahead to Allie Ingersoll on the right wing. Now over to Rowe, now to the left side. Summer Rogers getting it left side of the paint. Cross-court pass, catch and shoot, three. Ball spit back out, rebound pulled down originally by Mineral Point, but then stolen away by Vosberg as Rogers tries to clean up the rebound. Can't get the shot to go, but she's fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line for two with 1:25 to play in the game. Mineral Point leading by 3, and 2 big free throws coming up for Summer Rogers. Summer Rogers with 10 points on the game. First free throw rattles in. 2-point ball game, 61-59. Bonus free throw coming up for Rogers. Gets the second to go. 1-point ball game. Mineral Point 61, Cuba City 60. 1:22 left. Liza Ingwell, left-handed dribble, open lane in the paint, tries to bank it in and does. Open lane and an easy 2-point deposit. Mineral Point up by 3 as Summer Rogers gets it off the assist from Ella Vosberg. Back to a 1-point ball game, under a minute left. Ball to the high left side, Eliza Ingwell out to the top to Cabot, now to the right wing. Ella Kroll gets out to the top to Sophie Miller. And a whistle on the far side of the floor as another hand check foul called against Cuba City. That'll stop the clock with 44.7 seconds. Mineral Point with a 1-point lead and 2 free throws coming up for Ella Kroll. 2 for 2 on her first trip. And swishes the first free throw at the 1-and-1. That is personal foul number 4 on Ashley Rowe. As Mineral Point sending their players into the backcourt. Ella Crow loads up for the second free throw. Knocks it down. Boy, Ella Crow, clutch free throws for Mineral Point. 65-62. 44.7 seconds left. Inbound pass gets in to Ella Vosberg. Vosberg. Football pass to the left side, and a three-pointer is short of the rim and knocked out of bounds. And it will be Mineral Point ball. So I believe Cuba City was looking for a foul, but the ball was deflected out of bounds. And inbounding it is Ella Kroll. Ella Kroll with a football pass forward, finds Cabot. Cabot all alone, left-handed layup is good. Number 2 ranked Cuba City on the ropes, trailing by 5, under 30 seconds left. Ashley Rowe, her shot, tried to bake it in. Shots off target, and Mineral Point with the rebound, and Lacey Lindsay will go to the free throw line as Cuba City commits team foul number 10, double bonus time for the Pointers. Again, Mineral Point on the verge of snapping a 39-game SWAL conference winning streak for Cuba City over the last 2.5 seasons. And Lacey Lindsay swishes her free throw. 6-point ball game. Another free throw here makes it a 3-possession game with 22.3 seconds left. Second free throw bricked off the side iron, no good. Rebound collected by Cuba City. 20 seconds left, 68-62. Cuba City's got to start putting up a shot here. Shot put up by Wigman off the back iron, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Maddie Cabot saves it from going out of bounds. Finds a teammate, and it finds Eliza Ingwell, and she gets fouled right away with 9.1 seconds left. Summer Rogers guilty of the foul. And Mineral Point goes on the road to Cuba City as Rogers has officially fouled out of the game. And free throws coming up for Eliza Ingwell. First free throw off the back iron, no good. Another free throw coming up for Ingwell with 9.1 seconds left. Mineral Point 68, Cuba City 62. And the second free throw is spit back out, no good. Cuba City with the rebound. Cubans put up a shot as Wigman misses the shot. Cammett pulls down the rebound, and the Mineral Point Pointers defeat the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans 68-62. Mineral Point improves to 12-5 on the season. They are now 8-1 in the SWAL and have tied with the Cubans for the conference lead in the standings. Cuba City falls to 8-1 in the SWAL in the season, 13-3 overall. And again, this win for Mineral Point snaps a 39 consecutive game winning streak for Cuba City girls basketball against SWAL opponents going back over the last 2.5 seasons. Boy, what a fun one we had here at Cuba City High School. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. We'll check in on the Shoebox scoreboard as well. We have a final over in Potosi. We'll tell you all about that next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9, Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
From the kennel to the coop, whatever the season, Fleet Farm has everything to keep your animals happy and healthy. From training your pup to sit season, to mastering those retrieval skills season. From clipping your horse for competition season, to keeping the backyard birds well-fed season. And of course, loving your pets like family season. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it. Because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
In Game 9.
The Mineral Point Pointers upset the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans in SWAL girls basketball tonight, 68-62. We'll have the Reeves Wealth Management Edward Jones post-game show coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10.
They are your world. Let's keep them healthy and well this winter season. From colds and flu to well-child checkups, Dr. Kim Pertu practices full-spectrum family practice, including obstetrics, accepting most major insurances, including Quartz, Medical Associates, and Dean, to name a few. For appointments at our Lancaster or Potosi Clinic locations, call 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont and Prairie du Chien is who to call for top quality CHI overhead doors. Enhance the curb appeal and security of your home by choosing the fine line of CHI overhead doors from Carey's. And when it comes to seamless gutters that keep your home protected from water damage, Carey's has you covered too. Visit Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com today to learn more. They'll service all the rest, and they deal in the best. Get your new CHI overhead doors at Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 10.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The final score from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium, 68-62. Mineral Point upsets the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans in SWAL girls basketball. We'll see if Coach Nick Jelly and maybe a player or two will step up and join us for some post-game thoughts, pick out a tri-core turning point when we get to the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show coming your way next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
A fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt, at up to 100 times more potent than morphine, The tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop overdose.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hello, my name is Andrea Delzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. If I had one message for the general public, it would be relax. Some folks get really flustered around disabled people, so they just pretend we're not there. I've actually had waiters talk to my companion and completely ignore me. People with disabilities just want the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
This is a message from United Spinal Association. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
It is time for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Edward Jones is a financial services firm serving individuals and business owners. Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, as we are joined by Victoria's head coach Nick Jelly of the Mineral Point Pointers. And Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the big win tonight, and a monster win at that. Talk about what this win means to this program and what it means to sample. It was a 39-game winning streak for Cuba City girls against small opponents. I mean, this was a heck of a ball game and a heck of an effort by your team here this evening.
Oh yeah, I mean, give credit to Cuba. I know they've lost a couple girls, but they still have a lot of really good players. But you know, so do we. And it was a really big win for us, especially to come down here and get. I mean, it's always tough playing down here and get a win down here. And obviously, you know, that kind of puts us in that conference race. Kind of evens us up with Cuba, so it was a big win for us, a big confidence booster as well for us.
Yep, definitely. And again, you know, early part of the second half, Point was trailing by 11, and the Pointers, you know, kept going into it. Talk about what you were talking with them about, you know, during those huddles and timeouts there. What were the things that you were emphasizing, and what things kind of changed your way in the second half to come away with the win tonight?
Yeah, we just kept telling them to keep being positive, keep being confident, you know, believe in themselves and, you know, their abilities, you know, because they're all really talented players. And we had a lot of girls step up tonight, especially coming off the bench. We didn't drop off at all when we subbed, and that's always a benefit. Give credit to those girls, and our starters are really good too. So it was just always keeping positive because we knew who we are and what we're capable of. So it's just keeping them positive and confident and so forth. So.
Yep, I don't have the final free throw tally, but boy, the clutch free throws by Ella down the stretch. I believe Maddie Cabot had some. Yeah, so just talk about what this win means, of course, with the conference title picture. Now that's part of the mix.
Yep.
Had there been a loss, you're 2 games back,
right.
But now tied at the top in the conference picture. What does that do for the momentum with your team heading down the home stretch of conference play?
I think it's huge for us. I mean, a big confidence. I mean, not only for conference, but I mean the seeding as well, and just knowing that we can come down here and get a win is a big confidence booster. Because I mean, it's like you said, 39 conference games. Where it's been a long time since somebody's been able to knock off Cuba, and being able to do that is big for our program.
Yeah, we're going to ask you about the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Was there a specific moment that you had felt the momentum had officially swung your way? I know those big free throws down the home stretch, especially the ones that Ella hit. I think it was 61-60 at the point, and those free throws made it a 3-point game, and Cuba City just couldn't get their way after that.
Yeah, I mean, she's when we need free throws, she's the girl we go to because she's always so clutch for us. I mean, there are just so many big moments for us, and so many girls made big shots. But just coming right out of the second half, I just thought our intensity and our effort was so much better. We got a lot of offensive rebounds and kind of hurt them there a little bit. I mean, they did that to us a lot too, but being able to get those and we made quite a few threes as well, and just when we make shots, everything keeps rolling for us. So,
yeah. But looking ahead at the schedule, you got Riverdale coming up on Friday, Belleville on Monday, and then at basketball on the 30th. Obviously, kind of looking at those games, obviously very, very winnable. But what does this do for the momentum, and what's the thing you're going to be emphasizing with your team down the home stretch of the season?
Yeah, like we've been talking all year. I mean, every day we're trying to get better. Every game we're trying to get better, and even tonight we've been. Now we got 5 games that we won in a row here, and each game we're always trying to get better. And I thought we have, and we haven't played our best game yet. So that's always a positive because we're getting better every day, and that's what we keep stressing because there's always that next level they can get to, and that's what we're looking to get to. And we're getting it at the right time, and hopefully by playoff time we're playing some of our best basketball.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Go enjoy this one. I know you and your team definitely will, getting the 68-62 win over Cuba City tonight. Thanks a lot for joining us on our postgame show. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Nick Jelly, head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers. Again, the victorious head coach over Cuba City tonight. 68-62, the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans fall for the first time this season to a SWAL opponent, and that snaps a 39-game winning streak over SWAL opponents, regular season and postseason included. And we have a couple Pointer players that will be making their way as well, I believe. That's fine. And we'll also be joined by Cuba City head coach Jason Derby on our post-game show. And Coach, this was a tough one, a tough loss, and obviously you had a couple injuries coming into this one as well. But what's your instant reaction as far as what you saw from your team here tonight?
They battled hard. I mean, it wasn't an issue of effort or wanting to win or anything like that. Mineral Point played a good game, and there's everybody has injuries. They had 2 key players out too, so that's. I mean, it stinks that anybody's injured for any team, but that wasn't the reason. That's not the game. You play the game with who you have, and they played a better game than us tonight, and that's the way it was. So.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it seemed like that there were some moments where, you kind of had some easy layups that didn't go your way, a couple shots that were probably wide open you usually make but didn't happen. As far as what you saw from your team, you talk about the effort. As far as, the X's and O's and execution, what did you make of that here tonight?
When you're on court and you don't score, it feels like it's always an offensive problem. And then you look at the scoreboard, it's like, we give up 68 points. 68 is a lot of points. Mineral Point's talented, and there's no doubt that they can score 68 points, but that's not where we want to be.
Right.
And when you're standing there and you see them pressuring us, and you don't feel like we're getting much on the offensive end, and then you look up and holy cow, there's 62 on our side, and you hope you feel pretty good about 62 on your side, but that didn't get it done tonight.
Yeah, but is there anything that you learned about the team tonight? And we alluded to, the injuries, earlier, and, not having, Dia in the mix and things like that. But as far as, takeaways, from this game and things that you're going to be working with your team to improve on, what's the thing that stands out to you about this game that you got to emphasize?
I mean, I think Mineral Point pressured us really well. And, handling that pressure matters. I thought we pressured pretty well, too, defensively. But, we gave up too many baskets, and that's also a credit to them. So, there's a good chance that maybe we'll have the potential to meet again in the future. And, the time to start getting ready for that for both teams is going to be tomorrow. We're both going to start trying to get better tomorrow and go from there.
Yeah, but looking ahead at the schedule, you got Iowa Grant coming up on Friday night. You're at Riverdale on the 30th, and then a big matchup with Platteville. That should be a very fun matchup. We'll have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. But when you look at the games that you have coming up, what's the biggest point of emphasis, and what does Cuba City need to do to get things corrected heading down the home stretch of the season?
Well, we got to get our defense right. And, we felt pretty good. We had a rough one against Oregon defensively, and we felt like sandwiched around that. We had some really, really good defensive games. I think we had given up 11, 9, and 12 points in the first half of the other 3 games around Oregon. And, that's not what happened here. So that's something we got to pay attention to and fix.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach, for joining us. Obviously, not getting the win tonight, but thanks a lot for joining us on our post-game show tonight. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll see you guys down the line.
Thanks for the coverage. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jason Derby, the head coach of the Cuba City Cubans, joining us on our Edward Jones Reed's Wealth Management post-game show. Again, Cuba City falls to Mineral Point in small girls basketball tonight, 68-62. Recapping the individual scoring of tonight's game. Mineral Point led tonight by Lacey Lindsay. She had 17 points on her stat line unofficially. Maddie Cabot right behind her with 16. Eliza Ingwell with 10 points. Those 3 players in double figures for the Pointers here this evening. Other scores include Ella Kroll with 8, 4 for Jaden Schultz, and Izzy Dannenberg was 1 of 2 at the free throw line in the second half. Other players who saw action but did not score include Ava Ingwell. And actually, I missed Sophie Miller. She had 9 points. All of her points coming from beyond the arc. So those are the points tonight for the Pointers. As for Cuba City, they were led tonight by Emily Wigman, had her down for 20 points on the game. 17 points for Ella Vosberg, 14 for Summer Rogers. And nearly missing double figures was Ashley Rowe with 9. 2 points for Allie Ingersoll. And the other player seeing action but did not score for Cuba City was Trina Redfern. She had 0 points on her stat line. Again, Mineral Point improves to 12-5 on the season. They go to 8-1 in conference play. Cuba City falls to 13-3. They go to 8-1 in conference play, and there is a tie at the top of the conference heading down the home stretch of the season. We asked Coach Nick Jelly a little bit ago about our Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. It was the free throws that Ella Kroll made when it was 61-60 that gave Mineral Point the 3-point lead, and that was the closest that Cuba City would get before Mineral Point was able to stretch the lead out to 6, and the final score again being 68-62. Mineral Point defeating Cuba City in small girls basketball here tonight. We'll take our final timeout, and when we come back, we will check in on the shoebox scoreboard. We got the final score in Potosi. We'll tell you about the final on that one, as well as some other games around the area that we know have happened. We'll get you the final scores on that, as well as our Edward Jones Reed's Wealth Management post-game show wraps up after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
You want to give your baby everything, so start with a safe sleep area. Babies younger than 1 should always be placed to sleep on their backs on a firm and flat surface like a safety-approved crib. And keep blankets, pillows, and other soft or loose items out of the crib when the baby is in it. Learn more about safe sleep for babies at safetosleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
These are the sounds of a dinner. A dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served, thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Post-game 1 minute.
Closing up shop on the Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management post-game show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mineral Point upsets the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans in Swall Girls Basketball tonight, 68-62. Let's do a final check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Our game over on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Potosi defeats River Ridge 58-53. River Ridge loses back-to-back games and is now in second place in the Six Rivers West, and the Highland Cardinals, the number 3 ranked team in Division 5, defeats Belmont 73-57. Those are the updates that we have in our Shoebox scoreboard from the area games. Again, a lot of games tonight postponed or canceled due to kids not having school earlier today, but we'll get the full update of the games that have played tomorrow morning over on 97.7 Country WGLR. Courtney Chaffee will have the final scores for you from our area. Coming up tomorrow night on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, we have a game in Illinois. We've got girls basketball. River Ridge Scales Mound is at Galena. We'll have that game on Super Hits 106 and superhits106.com. Raleigh Cheese pregame coverage set for 5:40, 6 o'clock, the first tip. Thursday night, girls basketball, big one in the Six Rivers West, River Ridge at Shullsburg. We'll have that one over on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then on Friday night, a wrestling triangular. Iowa Grant, Highland, and Fenimore right here at Cuba City to take on Cuba City, Benton, Southwestern. I'll have the call with Chuck Rasmussen, again on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Raleigh Cheese pre-match coverage set for 5:40 of that one, and the first match getting underway at 6 o'clock. And that will wrap things up for me from Cuba City. Thanks to both head coaches, Jason Derby of Cuba City and Nick Jelly, for joining me on both our pregame and postgame shows here tonight, getting the starters and team information for tonight's matchup. Thanks again to Carey Lawson and the entire staff here at Cuba City High School for being gracious hosts as always. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Once again, your final from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City. Mineral Point defeats Cuba City in Swall Girls Basketball 68-62. The Mineral Point Pointers upsetting the number 2 ranked Cuba City Cubans and snapping the Cubans' 39-game winning streak over Swall opponents over the last 2.5 seasons. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks again so much for joining us, and good night from Cuba City High School.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX Sageville, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station.
On air at 106.1 and online at superhits106.com.
All the songs I love.